buddies everywhere. Yeah, on the amateur radio round table, we tune and learn and connect when we're able. With Tom W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. Now Glenn KW5GP is dropping some code, teaching the noobs and lighting up the load. Tinker and Ted got that builder's touch, with a soldering iron and a passion so much. Then there's Brett WY7BG, talking DX from the peaks to the sea, rocking the West with a signal so clean. He's a voice on the net and a ham radio machine. On the amateur radio round table, we tune and learn and connect when we're able. We'll find W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. From field day nights to dating scenes, we're sharing gear and wild ham dreams. Antennas high and hearts wide open, keeping the spirit of radio spoken. On the amateur radio round table, where the signals are strong and the people are stable. With Tom, Glenn, and Brett, we roam across the globe, yeah, we're right at home. So if you hear us calling, don't leave us alone. Check in at W5KUB.com. Yeah, we're hams and proud, the old and the young. CQ forever, and long may it run, may it run.
Yep, it was. I'll tell you about that later.
Out in the shack with the static buzzing low, dialing up the band, letting those signals flow. From 80 down to 10, there's chatter in the air, calling CQ and buddies everywhere. You're on the amateur radio round table, we tune in, learn and connect when we're able. With Tom W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. Now Glenn KW5GP is dropping some code, teaching the noobs and lighting up the load. Tinker and Tech got that builder's touch, with a soldering iron and a passion so much. Then there's Brett WY7BG, talking DX from the peaks to the sea, rocking the West with a signal so clean. He's a voice on the net and a ham radio machine. On the amateur radio round table, we tune in, learn and connect when we're able. With Tom W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. From field day nights to dating scenes, we're sharing gear and wild ham dreams. Antennas high and hearts wide open, keeping the spirit of radio spoken. Play on the amateur radio round table, where the signals are strong and the people are stable. With Tom, Glenn, and Brett, we roam across the globe, yet we're right at home. So if you hear us calling, don't leave us alone. Check in at W5KUB.com. Yeah, we're hams and proud. forever, and long may it run with time. Oh, log in to pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. Yeah, we're Hampton proud, the old and the young. CQ forever, and long may it run.
Tom's got the stream, we're live in the zone. MF from the shack to your screen and to your home. Not just talk, it's community. Every call sign feels like family. Glenn KW5GP's got the brains. MF, soldier and dreams, and he never complains. Dread WY7BG's in the mix, with a voice so smooth and a signal that sticks. Yeah, we're on the amateur radio roundtable. Every Tuesday night, it's more than cable with Tom. W5KUB holding it strong, and we're jamming live on W5KUB.com. Shout out to Mark P. Yeah, you know, got the spark and the smile and that radio glow. Oh, ham radio feels so right. We're on the round to bowl tonight. Yeah, Skip's rising up.
Do I have
Bands
audio?
going wow
Yeah,
with
you do.
QDX.
Okay.
Got that
Yeah,
ham
that's
radio
fine.
style. Antenna high, reaching stars, talking from driveways to Jupiter and Mars. Well, KW5GP's got the brains. I'm F, solder and dreams, and he never complains. Red WY7BG's in the mix, with a voice so smooth and a signal that sticks. Yeah, ever on the amateur radio roundtable. Every Tuesday night, it's more than cable with Tom. W5KUB holding it strong, and we're jamming live on W5KUB.com.
Let's just see if YouTube senses us here.
This is
I've already
more
run it
than
once, they didn't.
communication. It's a
What's
spark, a sound, a global light, and we're live every Tuesday night. Yeah, ever on the amateur radio
Glenn's not here
roundtable.
yet.
The
I mean,
vibe is strong
Brett's not
and the
here yet.
fun is
Brett's not here
stable.
yet.
Tom, Glenn, Brett, and Mark in view, bringing all the ham, something brand new. Catch it live at W5KUB.com, where the radio sings and the world hums along. Yeah, we're feeling that radio high on the round to bowl tonight.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jake.
it's amazing what you can do now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
CG, Tom's got the stream, we're live in the zone. MF, from the shack to your screen and to your home. Not just talk, it's community. Every call sign feels like family. Glenn KW5GP's got the brains. MF, soldier and dreams, and he never complains. DM, Red WY7BG's in the mix, and with a voice
I got
so
one of you, too.
smooth and a signal that sticks.
Lord.
They're on the amateur radio roundtable. Every Tuesday night, it's more
CQDX got that ham radio style, antenna high.
All right, guys, we're about 10 minutes away from the start of the show. This is pre-show music. If you don't care for it, just fast forward. If you're looking at this recording, just fast forward to when the show starts.
I was going to say, we can fast forward?
Well, you can on a playback. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you had a time machine going.
Yeah, you know, got the spark and the smile and that radio glow. Oh, ham radio feels so right. We're on the round table tonight. Skips rising up, bands going wild. CQDX got that ham radio style, antenna high.
There he is.
Stars. Talking from driveways to Jupiter
There he
and
is,
Mars.
man.
Calling out from call sign nation. This is more than communication. It's
I like that.
the sound of global light. And we're live every Tuesday night. Air on the amateur radio round
That's something, man.
strong and the fun.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
prefer
one.
this one.
Yeah.
And Mark and you.
You don't like that one?
All the ham, something brand new. Catch it live at W5KUB.com, where the radio sing and the world hums along. Yeah, we're feeling that
Let's see if
radio
I can do this here.
on the round table tonight.
I don't like this particular song here. It's one of the first ones we did.
Yeah.
It may be all right.
Like I say, I like that one that you had that had those undertones of In the Air Tonight. That one
All right.
has possibilities.
Connecting folks from far and wide.
Yeah, there you go.
Waves in the air they provide. Call signs echo through the ether. Let's get closer, let's go deeper. Amateur radio roundtable so fine. Join the chat and realign. From HF to VHF, we're all here. Let's make the distance disappear. Twist the knob, find a friend. Airwaves
Yeah, I don't know if
never
we're on
seem
X
to
or not.
end.
I never can tell.
CQ calling loud and clear. Sharing
Hey, Brett,
stories.
check
I'm
see
not
where
on, so I can't
see
tell.
where I'm streaming on X. It says it's live, but I got a blank screen here.
I don't have it.
Okay, let me look at X.
Tuning into hearts worldwide.
They've got too many buttons to
Okay.
push.
Voices mesh and coincide.
I know how that goes. Let's see.
Radio roundtable so fine. Join the chat and realign.
Start the browser on my phone.
HF to
Go to X.
VHF, we're all here. Let's make the distance disappear.
I don't know if I have to hit post again. Gee,
Yeah, well, I see us on X. I see us live on X.
Okay. Interesting.
I see myself, I see you, I see Glenn.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know what's going on here.
Spinning the dial on my ham radio. Voices crackle through static glow. Morse code tapping in the night. Out in the shack with the static buzzing low. Dialing up the band, letting no sit.
Hey, feedback.
Now this one needs a bridge.
What's that mean? Oh yeah.
Let's get closer, let's go deeper. Amateur radio roundtable, so fine. Join the chat and realign from
What was your video there? You set a POTA?
Yep, that's a POTA activation that the club did this weekend. I can talk about that either at the beginning
Yeah.
or later on.
Okay, we'll probably do it at the beginning.
Okay. Let me check my white balance.
twist the knob, find a friend. Airwaves never seem to end. CQ calling loud and clear, sharing stories ear to ear. Antennas point to the sky.
Yeah, you know, I could wonder what I could do with those lyrics. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
Into hearts worldwide.
Might be able to do something fun with it.
And coincide.
I'd have to break out my harmonizer to get harmony in there, but I could.
So fine. Join the chat and realign from HF to VHF. We're all here. Let's make the distance disappear.
I got me in two places.
Yeah. Just playing here.
Join the chat and
Just trying to pet the cat.
VHF. We're all here. Let's make the distance disappear.
Surprised we don't have the other one up here too. He normally gets jealous.
Well, the thing is, can I break the fourth wall and reach diagonally over?
Airwaves never seem to end. CQ calling loud and clear, sharing stories ear to ear.
Okay, let's fire up the IRC client on my phone.
Roundtable, so fine. Join the chat and realign from HF to VHF. We're all here. Let's make the distance disappear.
There we go.
Well, boy, I need to practice. I need to practice more on this thing here.
CQ on the air
off.
tonight.
Gotta turn all on
And the signal's tight.
the layers.
Per static fades, I twist the knob. The shack comes alive, this is my job. LEDs glow, antennas high. Another night beneath the sky. I'm calling out, hear that tone. Across the globe, I'm not alone. The net's alive and I'm checking in. Let the conversation begin. We're at the amateur radio roundtable. We're all plugged in, solid and stable. W5KUB's calling loud and proud. Spinning stories through the static cloud. From KW5GP to WI7BG. We're rocking the bands wild and free. Hey, Glenn's got mods on a breadboard base. Brett's breaking news from a distant place. Tom's at the helm like a seasoned vet, streaming it live on the internet. Antenna swing, the skip is long. We're singing the ham radio song. Spin that dial, let's catch some heat. 40 meters never felt so sweet. But at the amateur radio roundtable with coax lines and power cables, Deeks, percussions, QSLs. We got more ham than a southern belle. From KW5GP to WI7BG. We're working the
Well, the show will start in about 2 minutes.
Rockin' worldwide. Mic in hand and a call sign pride. Oh yeah, the amateur radio roundtable. Story strong and signal stable. So key it up and call your name. This wild RF Hall of Fame from KW5GP. You and me. We're having heart 7-3. CQ out.
We got about a minute. We'll get started here.
Do CQ on the air tonight. The round table's lit and the signal's tied. But static.
All right.
These do ones were my least favorites of the bunch.
The do-de-do is the favorite or least favorite?
Least favorite of the bunch.
Okay. Do-de-do. Okay. There's one of them that goes, did I, it starts off with a did I think. I'm not sure which one that is.
Well, I have a song I haven't played for you, which goes, I got it, I got it, I got it, which of course is RRR.
Okay. All right. It's 8 o'clock. We're going to get started. Hey, let's get started. Since we have our music tonight, let's do one more song. And we're going to bring in the we'll bring in the Roundtable Band tonight to open the show with. Let's see. I think this is them right here.
CQ on the air tonight. Where roundtable's lit and the signal's tight. Per static fades, I twist the knob. The shack comes alive. This is my job. LEDs glow, antennas high. Another night beneath the sky. I'm calling out, hear that tone. Across the globe, I'm not alone. The net's alive and I'm checking in. Let the conversation begin. We're at the amateur radio roundtable. We're all plugged in, solid and stable. W5KUB's calling loud and proud. Spinning stories through the static cloud. From KW5GP to WI7BG. We're rocking the bands wild and free. Hey, Glenn's got mods on a breadboard base. Brett's breaking news from a distant place. Tom's at the helm like a seasoned vet, streaming it live on the internet. Antenna swing, the skip is long. We're singing the ham radio song. Spin that dial, let's catch some heat. 40 meters never felt so sweet. Look at the amateur radio roundtable with coax lines and power cables. Deeks, petitions, QSLs. We got more ham than a southern belle. From KW5GP to WI7BG. We're working the world wild and free. Well, yeah, rockin' worldwide. Mic in hand and a call sign pride. Oh yeah, the amateur radio roundtable. Story strong and signal stable. So key it up and call your name in this wild RF Hall of Fame. From KW5GP to you and me. We're having heart 7-3. CQ out. Hammond heart 7-3. Da, 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 out.
All right. Well, welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. Hey, tonight's a little different. We played 30 minutes of some original music for the show. We used to play 60s music and music like that, but we kept getting these copyright hits. And even though we had a license from BMI to play music on the internet, YouTube always kept hitting us with copyright infringement and stuff, and I was worried that Facebook would be even worse, so we quit playing music. Well, we got some of our own music now, so that's what you've been listening to the last 30 minutes. No copyright hits because we own it, and as you saw, the Roundtable Band performed all that themselves. So anyway, welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. It's a show about ham radio, shortwave, electronics, and we're glad to have you tonight. If you are listening out there on international shortwave on WBCQ, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com, tom@w5kub.com. Also, hey, please join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group has over 14,000 hams in that group. You can just find it, do a search on Facebook for W5KUB, and just join. We'll let you join right in there. Be glad to have you. If you can, I don't know where you're watching. We're streaming on x.com tonight. We're streaming on Facebook group tonight, and also we're streaming on YouTube. I don't know where you're watching, but if you can, hit the subscribe button. It may be down there in the right side. It may be a subscribe button in there. Please hit that subscribe button if you can. It helps us really a whole lot to get the message out to other people that are kind of surfing around in YouTube and looking for shows like this. It really helps us out. Hit the notify button, and hey, hit that like button if you like the show tonight. And let's see, what else is going on here? Oh, if you want to listen to us on audio, we're on just about every audio podcast carrier like iHeart, iTunes, Google Play. We're all out there, so you can listen to the show anytime, day or night. Just the audio version if you want to. So hey, we got several things going on tonight. I want to talk about antennas tonight. Hey, we've got a balloon in the air. W5KUB 119 is flying tonight, and we're going to talk a little about that. Hey, Windows 11 is going away. Is it 11 or 10 is going away here in October? Maybe both of them. I don't know. But I ran across an operating system. I want to get your feedback, what you think. It's called Chrome OS Flex. I'll talk a little about that tonight. Hey, a lot of things. We're going to talk about AI tonight. I've really been playing with AI, and it's amazing what AI can do. Even with a beginner like me. And, a few shows back, I showed the little receiver here, the little all-band receiver, and I said, I'm going to build a transmitter up, make a contact with it. So I built a little transmitter up. That's about the same size as the radio, and I'll talk a little about that tonight. I think Brett has got a video that he did on POTA, so that'll be interesting. And I don't know. We just got lots of things to talk about tonight. So let's see. Let's jump around the room here, and hey, let's go to Brett there first. Brett, what you been up to, man?
Well, I'm continuing the recap that transceiver I was telling you about. It's a long, arduous process, but I'm continuing to work on it because it'll be worth it when it's all done. Did a little work on my antennas, and then this weekend I went out to Lake Hattie, which is a lake near Laramie, Wyoming. It's great for fishing and for boating and just for general recreation stuff. It's also a reservoir, and we had a POTA activation. And this was sort of part of the support your local parks initiative on the part of the POTA group. And so I've got some video of the chair, who's right now the person who's the president of our club, activating the site, and show his rig and his antenna, and also show him making some contacts. So I can run that now if you'd like.
Well, let's get Glenn in here first, and we'll pick it up.
Oh, okay, sure.
We'll make it the first segment tonight, and
Okay.
um, looking forward to that. Glenn, come on in here and tell us what you've been up to, man. You got that tower delivered yet?
No, but talked to them earlier this week, and we're getting the final arrangements on it. It's about a 50 to 70 foot all aluminum, and they're talking it is a crank up tilt over, and it may also have the electric winch on it.
Wow, that'd be cool.
And I'm going to be going over to Memphis and seeing that, probably on May 9th or thereabouts, and making the final decision. And then they're going to actually bring it over here to me. And then I'll get started on getting it set up and going. So hopefully I have it up in the air by midsummer. At least that's the plan. Still moving forward on selling the old house, which is why I would be back in Memphis.
Now, wait. Maybe I missed that. What's the deal on the house?
I'm selling my old house there in South Haven.
Okay,
and,
the deal didn't fall through, right? You're still working on that.
No, it has not fallen through yet.
Oh,
We're
okay.
still working it.
Okay, good.
And closing is scheduled for May 9th.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
And now this weekend though, I'm actually going down to Florida, flying into Orlando, and then a friend and I are driving down to Sebastian and going to my 50th high school reunion.
All right.
And gonna have some fun there. And then come back.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of old people there, don't you?
I know, but that's just the way Florida is. There's old people all over the place.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, then coming back, and then it's time to turn around and get ready for Dayton. And
all right.
I don't know. I think I heard after last week's show, but I will be doing a meet and greet in Dayton. ARRL is going to have me doing book signings right after my forum on Saturday at 1:30. I'll be at the ARRL area at about 2:30. And of course, throughout the weekend, I'll be there signing books and meeting folks and everything. So going to turn it into a big event. Always enjoy doing the book signings and meeting everybody over in the ARRL area. It's always a lot of fun. So Dayton this year is, already setting up to be pretty fun and pretty good. So getting ready for all that. It's going to be a crazy next few weeks.
Well, that's great. And we're going to, with the help of Mark P. up there, we're going to try to stream probably Friday and Saturday here on W5KUB. No prizes this year, guys. We kind of backed away from going to or streaming Hamfest. We're still going, but we're not streaming them. So, but we're going to try to stream it, let you see some of it if you can't get up there. So we'll be on just about all day Friday and Saturday. So tune in there.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get somebody to record or stream my forum there on Saturday.
Yeah, that'd be good if we could do that. All right. Well, Brett, let's talk about POTA. You got a video there. Let's just go ahead and do that as our first segment today.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is our club's local POTA activation. Again, we went out to the shores of Lake Hattie, where there's a picnic area and an RVers area, and set up some radios and had some fun. And we were our setup wasn't quite QRP. Actually, we were we turned it we turned it up too high to be considered QRP. But we started out calling CQ, and before we knew it, we had a pileup because everybody wanted to get Wyoming. So here's the video. This is what happened.
Out pretty well, and just trying to see.
Hey, is that a vertical antenna back there or just a support?
That's a sloper.
Okay.
That is an end fed half wave.
I see it. I see the wire.
Give me a working phone. Yes, we are.
So things started off slow. Then we started.
Well, you're out there in the sun too. That might be an issue for
Oh,
me.
yeah. I
You,
have lots
you,
of sunblock on.
yeah.
Before we knew it,
Victor Hotel Sierra QSL. If you would mind, can you repeat phonetically for me, please? Sure thing. The call sign reads November 7 Whiskey. November 7 Uniform Whiskey. QSL. U2 73. This is November 7 Uniform Whiskey. QSL.
and so it went. We were just after that. We were just it was a pileup, and we were all struggling to log everything because there were so many people trying to get Wyoming. So we just had a tremendous time doing that, and again the antenna was just a simple. It was basically a slipper. It was a end fed halfway going up to the top of a tall pole. We just
Uh huh.
extended the pole to the point where it would work, and there's Blake had a cute little ballon which had multiple taps on it. You could set it for a 49 to 1, or you could go up to 56 to 1 if you had to have something that really closely matched your frequency and had a really high impedance. And it just worked out really well. We just had a great time, and I put on lots of sunblock, as I mentioned, so I didn't get sunburned, even though I was out there in the direct sun. We were mostly on 20 meters, and well, it's POTA in general is a lot of fun because you get out and you get to touch grass as well as having fun with the radios. So we did.
Well, that's great. I I know that Wyoming is probably a pretty popular contact because you don't have that many hams in Wyoming, right? Do you know how many's out there?
Um, we have a fair number of hams, but for our population, but our population is smaller than that of many cities. We 500,000 people, a little more than 500,000 people in the whole state.
Wow.
So it's definitely we have an event also locally called Come and Get Wyoming, where we intentionally stay on the bands all the time and advertise that we're there so that people can work Wyoming if they're trying to work all states or all grids or all bands or all of the above.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of fun with that.
All right. Well, good. Hey, glad you had some fun out there. And glad you didn't get too hot. I think I would have had to have a tent or something over me, or at least one of those little awning things, you know. Maybe you do that next time. How hot was it?
It
Pretty
was
warm.
in the high 60s, which was
Oh,
just perfect.
yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, yeah.
So we had a breeze coming off the lake, and it wasn't a really. It was. It at times it was a strong breeze because we get strong winds in Wyoming, but it wasn't too bad. And it was just a nice day to be outdoors.
Okay. Well, do you go out and do POTA very often?
Um, well, now that I've got that loop, I've been doing a little bit more, and so the nice thing about that loop is that it has a short mast that fits right into the umbrella hole in a picnic table. So I can set up in a few minutes. I can set up the radio at one end of the picnic table, put the loop right there in the middle where I can where I can get up and turn the knob to tune it. You have to tune a loop exactly to your frequency, and then I'm good. I'm ready to start. Ready to start operating.
Well, over where Glenn lives, he has to take a hole saw with him when he goes out to the parks. The tables over there don't have holes in them to put the umbrella-like thing or the loop on, so Glenn has been drilling holes in all the tables over there, right, Glenn?
Well, yeah, well but we've got mountains where I can tie wire to the pine trees and stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
And I've got a forest right behind my house that I can stuff things into, just shoot an antenna up into the trees.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, Brett, thanks for showing us that. And if you do another one, we'll watch it right here.
Oh yeah, I'll be taking more videos of more events throughout the summer.
Okay. Hey, Glenn, let me ask you something about your lot here. I know you got that forest behind you, no houses behind you. If you do a straight line out of the back of your house, how far could you run a wire through those trees? Could you run a wire half a mile? 500 yards? How far you think you could run a long wire?
Oh gosh.
The nearest house is how
I
far?
would say at least a mile, because behind the forest is a walking trail, and then behind that is just an open field all the way to a river or a creek.
Yeah.
So I could probably run half mile to a mile easily.
I wonder how it would work if you could just get you a half a mile of wire and just run it through the top of those trees and run it back that direction, until you ran out of wire. That might be pretty interesting.
It wouldn't be hard to
quite a
do
beverage
because it's
antenna.
it's only about 100 yards worth of forest, if that much.
Is that all? Oh, I thought it went deeper than
Yeah.
that. So
Then it goes into a wide open field,
okay. Well,
and somebody's got horses on that property, and there's a walking trail that goes through it as well.
okay.
One of these days, I'll go on the walking trail and I'll video it from the backside so you can have an idea.
Okay. So, how are you going to get that tower up? You going to put it up yourself, or you got somebody to do it for you?
Oh no, I'm going to get somebody to come over here and help me lay the base into the ground, because we need the concrete
Yeah.
to get it in the ground. And once the base is in and the antenna itself is on the base, it's crank up tilt over so I can mount the beams and everything myself.
Yeah. Now, does it have any guy wires once you take it up?
I'm not planning on needing them.
I mean, if you go,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
you
be
said
taking
50. You said 50 or 70 feet.
It's a 70-foot tower, I believe, but
Yeah.
I'm only planning to go about 50 feet.
Yeah.
So if it needs guying,
Yeah.
not that much, so I should be able to guy it without any problem.
Yeah. I would think that might be needed over there. You guys get so many windy storms over there.
Oh, well, I'm going to have it cranked down most of the time unless I'm using it.
Yeah, but we get some
No
storms.
sense tempting fate.
We get storms through here that will crank it up for you if you're not careful.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm
Yeah.
not going to tempt fate. I'll have it cranked down most of the time.
All right. Very good. All right. Okay. Hey guys, I want to talk a little about AI here in a minute. And man, I've kind of just barely touched the surface of AI, and it does some amazing things. Now, Brett doesn't know about it. Brett did not pose for this shot. Why don't you look at this? You guys, do y'all remember? Oh, wait a minute. You can't, not supposed to see all that. Not supposed to see that yet. Okay, so guys, do y'all remember the rusty tower I had the picture of?
No.
I did not have a picture of Brett on the tower, and I surely didn't have him one screaming. But look at that, how I told AI what I wanted and how I described it, and AI made a picture of Brett and put him on that rusty tower. What do you think about that, man? I mean,
Grabbing the hard line too for dear life.
yeah, look at that.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Isn't it though? Gee, man. Let's see what else I got here on AI. In fact, by the way, guys, all the songs you heard tonight were created by AI. I said things like, write me a song about ham radio, mention Amateur Radio Roundtable. I said, mention, Glenn and Brett and Mark P. and so forth, and it came up with the lyrics. And then I took the lyrics to another AI server, and it made some great songs. I think pretty soon we're not going to need any artists to make songs. We can just do it all with AI. It was
Pretty much.
They were pretty good songs here. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got. I don't know if you guys know this guy or not. He was in Vacation, and what was the other movie he was in? What's his name?
Throw Mama from the Train, was it?
No. Well, I don't know about
Chris
that
Farley, right?
Yeah, he looks a little different there, but anyway, I had him there with Amateur Radio Roundtable. Now I don't like this picture here. That's me there, kind of in the center. That doesn't look like me. Now Brett looks pretty good. And who's the old guy on the end there, slumped over? I don't know who he is.
It looks like me, but it ain't me.
Well, I think it is you. I think it is, man.
It has me upstaging him.
Yeah. That's Glenn. That's Glenn. It sure is. Look, and look, he even got a little microphone. Everybody else got big microphones. Look, I hadn't noticed that. And I'm looking at all the people in the audience there. We've got several bald-headed and white-haired. Man, there's a bunch of old people there. Man. Anyway, I just said, hey.
There's one guy, the bald-headed guy's there twice.
Is he? Or right there in the center? I think it's a different guy, isn't it?
Yeah, he's also down in the lower left. Same head.
Really? Okay.
Just about. Yeah.
It may have been twins or triplets. Yeah, John Candy.
That's right.
John Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else I got here. Now I thought this is a pretty good. This is one of the best right here. And guys, I don't even know how to use AI, and I was able to make a Brett on this rusty tower, hanging on for dear life. And I thought
they gave me too many fingers in my left hand.
Wait a minute. Left hand, 1, 2, 3. No, he didn't.
No, there's 5.
You only got 5. What you got? How many fingers you got? 4.
Well, I don't have a pinky right there. It must be underneath. Little finger.
Well, the thing about AI, some of the earlier AIs, if you really look at these crowds, people have like 3 arms and extra fingers and just all kinds of stuff, But I thought that looked pretty real. That looks like a pinky. What do you guys think What do you guys think in the chat room? Are those pinkies, or has he just got 4 big fingers?
It's got a big knuckle at the base, but it could be a pinky.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at mine, and they match the plane
Huntsville.
that it's in.
Now,
and you have the Huntsville convention badge on me.
Yeah. There's a good picture of Brett there, and I just put him on. I think it's like Ron 25 or something. He didn't pose on that. We just put him on it. And,
you somehow got my leg inside the tower. I don't know how you managed that.
Well,
it's a Ron 25 wouldn't fit real well.
That's so you could turn. That's so you could turn loose. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Now, you guys know when Glenn goes to his Hamfest, when Glenn goes to Hamfest with me, he never wins a prize. So I told AI, I said, make me a picture of Glenn upset that he didn't win a prize. And that's what this is. This is Glenn.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
This is Glenn not winning a prize right here, man. All right, and I also said, give me a picture of Glenn untangling his new in-fed antenna. I thought that, you look a little different there. Let's see.
Yeah, except for one little thing.
What's that?
There's no ring on my left hand.
Well, it was when we took the picture.
No, sir. I haven't had one of those for 30-something years.
All right. Well, there are flaws, in some of these pictures.
And I don't have glasses like that either.
Well, you have to imagine, I mean,
I mean,
you
outside of that,
gotta
it's
imagine
pretty
this
close.
guy. Hey, this guy AI, and I don't know who he is. He's never seen you before.
No,
But
I mean, that's pretty good.
I thought he did a pretty good job there. Let's
He
see what we
did.
got.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Now I said, give me a picture of Glenn working on or building a ham radio. Now I thought that's pretty good there. That looks like a 5U4 tube. I guess that's the rectifier tube. I don't know. I don't know what you got there.
What do you solder on the top of the chassis?
Well, but there's probably some connections up there on top.
From all the locations of the smoke, it looks like I'm needing to solder a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
don't
I
know.
see 3 or 4 separate points of origin for smoke.
Yeah, well, let's see. I think I had it do a picture of me building a ham radio. Let's see. Oh, wait, can't look at that one yet. There we go. There we go. Now this
See,
one
there's
has
no smoke on yours.
this one has 2 tubes in it. 2 tubes,
Yeah.
maybe a
3.
third one, three maybe. But if you
In the
notice,
metal, yeah.
if you notice, it looks like we use almost the same chassis, but
Yeah.
see, look at the end of yours on this end. It's got 2 little red things sticking out, but mine's different. See, I got a different box.
Yeah.
Plus, I got different tubes.
Yeah.
And I got different tubes. And let's see.
Still, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, that kind of looks like me, I guess. That's when I was wearing glasses. I don't wear glasses anymore, so. All right. Now, I told AI, I said, give me a picture of me operating CW so fast that the key is smoking. Okay? Give me a picture of me operating. That's a straight key, guys. I am operating a straight key there so fast, but that don't look like me, I don't think.
Well, it also looks like you got the key backwards.
Let me look. Does it? Well, that's kind of the way I operate a straight key.
Well, you're operating it from the wrong end.
Yeah, well, that's
what I'm saying.
kind of the way well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I have a technique where I can send better with it turning around backwards like that. Yeah, and I mean, I was going so fast with that. Now, that's not high current or high voltage. I was just going so fast. The contacts were heating up just because of the speed and the metal touching each other. I think I was doing something like 600 words a minute right there. Oh, man. And that was at field day, guys. I have proof right there. I was operating CW, high-speed CW at field day right there. All right, I think that's all I got on the pictures there.
That's pretty cool.
I sent that picture in so they have a likeness of me without glasses, but we'll see. Where am I? I'm looking for the picture of me without glasses. Maybe they didn't make it. I don't know. You know what? Oh, you know what?
You didn't have glasses on the CW picture.
Yeah, did I?
I don't think so.
Let's look. You're right, I didn't. I don't look like me. I think it's somebody else.
Yeah, it does. It looks like you're concentrating on the smoke.
I mean, yeah, I sent them this picture here. I said, this is me. My eyes are open, but they closed them when I was sending. I guess I was concentrating more, Oh well, that's our initial playing with AI just recently. I thought it did really good on our songs. I was real pleased with the songs. And guys, if you tuned in late and you didn't hear it, we had 30 minutes of AI-generated songs about Amateur Radio Roundtable and Glenn and Brett and Mark and I think the songs were pretty good. And since they're original now, we're not getting copyright infringements from the robots at YouTube. That drove me crazy.
Well, they're sort of original. If you were to give it different lyrics, it might produce a song that sounded almost the same.
Yeah,
A different subject, even.
yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, Mark
Uh,
wants to know if you're going to be releasing the songs on CDs.
we can. We probably will. We do have the CDs, guys. That we. That's a good idea. We do need to release it on CD. And let me look right here. I think I've got them handy here somewhere. Not sure where they are. Oh, here they are. So, guys, if you remember, we did, Empty Radio Roundtable did have our CDs there. There's Bad to the Bone CD right there. I think that was the first concert we did at the Huntsville Hamfest. And then here's Soul Man. Now, this was a good one here. Soul Man, we did really good with Soul Man. Soul Man is, let's see, the Bad to the Bone selling for $19.99 if you want Soul Man. Bad to the Bone. But Soul Man, we marked it down to $2.99. So, Okay.
Yeah. Is that your German Shepherd?
No, that's a service dog that belonged to Emmett there. And in our band there, you'll see Emmett. He's up front there, center. Emmett, he's the chief engineer at Radio Waves. And then over on the far left of the picture is Richard. Richard from MFJ. I'm sure you've talked to Richard. There's Don in the center. That's me. That's me playing saxophone in the background if you did not catch it on the show there. And then there's Joe Eisenberg over there on the guitar. And so that's pretty much the band right there. All right.
Yeah, on the Hofner Beetle bass, which he's holding upside down.
Who's holding it down? Who's what? I don't know what
if
that
you
is.
take a good look at,
I don't know what that is. Tell me.
well, Paul McCartney and the Beatles played that kind of electric bass. It's called made by a company called Hofner,
Oh yeah.
and he played it left-handed.
I was going to say he's playing left-handed, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I guess next time the band gets together, we're going to have to get another guitar player. I don't know. I didn't know he was playing it left-handed.
Well, no. McCartney played it left-handed.
Oh,
Joe's
really?
playing it right-handed, so it's upside down.
Wait a minute. He's playing it left-handed. Right?
So when you play something when you play it left-handed, you're plucking with your left hand. So he's playing it left-handed. The bass is right-handed, which is backwards.
No. Okay. All right. Well,
I know
don't
it's
know.
confusing,
I don't know. We will.
but anyway, he's trying to be Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat room here. Let's see. I want to talk about our balloon here in a little while. We've got W5KB119 flying right now, and Bill's in here.
Yeah,
Bill,
let's see where that balloon is right now.
it's just right out on the. It's a few hundred miles out from Miami in the Atlantic. Bill's in here, W8ELK, and Bill was flying a balloon. Our balloons came very close together this morning. They got within about 20 miles within each other near Atlanta or south of Atlanta. And Bill was flying a special memorial balloon for one of his friends, KF4ZTI, loved ballooning. And he was trying to get a balloon around the world. He never got one around the world, and he passed away. And my understanding is the whole family was out at Bill's, and they actually had KF4ZTI's ashes, and Bill put a balloon together and flew his ashes to try to go around the world. And after we hit the Atlantic, our balloon separated. I started taking the straight across approach toward Africa, and Bill went north. He went straight up to Newfoundland, that direction. And all of a sudden, I was watching his flight, and I saw it, go from 36,000 to 32,000 and then 24,000, and I knew it was going down. I think he hit a storm or something up there, or an updraft, downdraft, something pretty powerful. So anyway, the memorial balloon did not make it around the world. I think Bill will try to do that again for this person. We'll talk a little about our balloon here in just a few minutes, and let's take just a quick break, and we'll be right back. ICOM's IC7760 is a pinnacle of base station excellence for amateur radio enthusiasts. Designed to deliver unmatched performance, the IC7760 features state-of-the-art technology, exceptional RF clarity, and an intuitive interface, all housed in a sleek and durable design. This base station features a separate remote control head and RF deck, providing enhanced flexibility for installation. Place the RF deck closer to the antenna feed point, freeing up space on your desk. You can also connect a control head to the RF deck through your home network, enabling remote operation from anywhere in your home without needing a PC. Pair the IC7760 with a powerful IC-PW2 linear amplifier and take your contesting experience to the next level with ICOM's industry-first linear amplifier. Together, they redefine what's possible in amateur radio. For more information about ICOM's amateur radios, please visit icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, so
Tom, I just checked the position of your balloon, and it is north of Hispaniola and south of Bermuda in the Atlantic Ocean.
Right. And that's the last reported position. That was about 5 o'clock our time this afternoon. Now, it has traveled, it's going to travel about 700 miles tonight while it's asleep. So in the morning when it wakes up, it's going to actually be about 700 miles further to the east over the ocean there. And it's going to take about at least 2 more days to get to the coast of Africa. We're not doing very well. We're doing about 60 miles an hour. Once or twice I saw it hit 93, 95 miles an hour. But the jet stream is just not real fast right now, and I'm not even sure we're exactly in the jet stream. We may be off to the side a little bit. I've seen the jet stream as high as 150 miles per hour, and boy, if you hit that, you're moving pretty good. We'll talk more about our flight here in a few minutes, but next I was going to talk a little about just some antennas, and I found a site that my friend Lee over in Russellville posted in Facebook. And it's got so much information in it. Let's see if I can bring it up. Let's see. All I can do, there we go. Let's look at it for a second. And this site, and boy, I've got it on a different computer now, so I can't really type in the chat room here the URL. I mean, look at that URL. Gee whiz. Maybe if Glenn maybe Glenn can type that URL in the chat room. Yeah.
Cut and paste it, maybe.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna get it, Glenn.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll get it in the chat room for you guys in a minute, because I think it's a really good site, and I want to show you some of the things. It's all about antennas and things, and let's see. It's I've got to do I'm going to click on one of these. That says not found. I wonder what is going on there. All right, so it's in, I don't know if it's in Spanish or if it's in Italian. Here's somebody, that's Glenn. Glenn was typing. There is a button on this website that you can click for English, but I just want to show you some of the things on here. Now, obviously, this looks like a CB antenna here. It's 27.205 megahertz. I'm not sure what that is exactly. It's fed with RC62. Wait a minute. You know what?
Oh, I see what that is. He's trying to do a match with a stub, and it looks like
Yeah.
he's using 75 ohm coax most of the way. And so to match the 75 ohm coax, he's putting a stub of RG58 to kind of make a transformer.
All right, but see the wire up there? The wire that he's
Yep.
feeding? 215 centimeters. That's only about, what is that, 8 inches? Somebody divide somebody divide
25
215.
centimeters per inch.
They what?
25 millimeters per inch, right?
Yeah, divide.
And
somebody
so-
divide
So that's 10
215.
times that.
Divide 215 by 2.54. Let's see how many
That's-
inches that is.
That's about 70. That's 2 meters. That's little more than 2 meters.
I thought it was about 8 inches, to tell you the truth. Somebody
So-
divide that out. 215 divided by 2.54.
Yeah.
What is it? What's it come out to? Drum roll. Duh. You got it? Well, I know.
Well, it's about 85 inches.
85? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 85 inches. Okay. All right, but see, it says 27 megahertz up there. That's the CB band, so I don't know. Anyway, okay, so he's matching. He's trying to match it there with coax.
Yeah, he's making.
Interesting.
So he's trying to make an 11-meter antenna.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the purpose of me showing this is to show you guys all the different antennas and configurations and information you can get here. So that's an interesting one there. Of course,
Now that's interesting. It says antenna bigote de gato 80, 40, and 20 meters. So he's claiming that that's resonating all the way up and down.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, okay. So what do we got here? We've got looks like basically it's just a I call it a fan dipole with just two bands on it. Looks like probably 80 and well, no, what do you got there? You got 80 meters. I see a 40 meters, and I see a 20 meters. I don't know what he's got, but these may be, I don't know, guys. You may want to try some of these and play with them. I don't know. That's interesting there. Okay.
So we got a cat of nine
there's a
tails.
bow tie, some type of bow tie Yagi, it looks like. That right there. Pretty simple. Pretty simple there. We've got just, looks like a trap dipole. We got Yagis you can build.
There's a Yagi
Yep.
with a gamma match.
Yeah. That is I guess that's some type folded dipole there made out of coax. Well, no, wait. No, it's not folded. It's not a folded dipole because the top, right here in the center.
Sort of like
top,
a double bazooka.
Well, the double bazooka has it has a wire on the end,
Yeah.
So I don't know what
It is a folded dipole. They're using the shield. Once it comes out, they go connect to the shield to get the other length.
Yeah,
So it's
I
a
don't know about
half wave dipole folded.
It says 1/4 lambda each way.
Well, if that's a
Yeah,
quarter
and,
and a quarter, if that's a quarter and a quarter, they're not, using the shield coming back as the other half. That's a quarter. From
Yeah,
there.
look at it. The coax is connecting.
Yeah, but they're showing the length is
Actually,
a
wait a
quarter.
minute.
They're showing the length is a quarter from right there to
It's
right
actually
there.
full wave.
Huh?
If you look at where the center conductor's going, on the right,
Yeah.
it comes out, then it goes to the shield,
Yeah.
and that's a half wave. But then the center conductor also comes out the other side as a half wave.
I don't know what it is.
That's
All
kind
right.
of a bizarre.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But this is something
I
to look
don't.
at and think about. There's your quad. Now, Glenn, you got some quad antennas for like VHF, don't you?
Yeah.
I've
By
seen
the
a-
way, the link for that is in the chat from AE5. AU has put that in the chat.
the length of what?
The link to these
Oh,
antennas.
did he? Okay,
Yes.
I don't know how he found it.
Well, I did the same thing. All you need is the blogspot.com and then the
Oh, okay,
diagramas
I
de
got you. I
antennas.
got you. Yeah. Another Yagi here. That's an interesting antenna. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Now here's a folded. This is a half-wave dipole. Folded half-wave dipole. Yeah. Interesting. 2-element Yagi. Now, this is interesting here. I built this before for like 6 meters, and you wonder about feeding it. A square loop is about 120 ohms, I think. So how do you match it with 50 ohm coax? Well, by changing the shape of this loop right here, that changes the impedance of the loop, and there are sites that give you information about what size to make this loop to make the impedance, like 50 ohms. So that's interesting. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. I see coax coming in here. Wow, I don't know. Have no idea. And I got to put this in English so I can.
That's a cubical quad 2-element. Directional quad cubical of 2 elements. So it's a cubical quad 2-element.
Yeah, and
Center fed.
well, I don't know about center. The distance here is 250 and the distance here is 840. So there's some type of phasing they're doing here, I guess.
Yeah, probably to give you that's what makes it directional.
Yeah. Let's see. Looks like a 2-element quad. He talks a little about I think it's a 1-to-1, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 right there. So that's a what, an un. Now we're getting into some stuff like VHF, J-poles and stuff like that. I don't know what that is. That one's interesting. Here we go again. This one is 2 cables. 2 cables. This is some interesting antennas. If a person took the time, you might be able to put together a pretty neat.
So there's a Yagi with a rectangular active element.
Oh yeah. Straight elements and a rectangular. I guess that's the driven element right there.
Yeah,
So
right
you got
there.
one, 2, 3, 4 element with a rectangle driven element. And dimensions here for another 3 element. Whoa, this is the one I think we need to build right here and try. I don't know what it is.
It looks like a triple slinky.
Yeah, yeah.
A helical antenna,
Antenna. Well,
helicoidal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's this thing? What's this thing down here at the bottom? The circle.
Hmm.
For
Is that
radials.
your radial plate?
Yes.
Okay. And what is this right here? That that looks like screen. That looks like screen wire. You think it's like a Kona reflector or something?
Could be, yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Oh, this has got 8 voltas in it. I don't know what a volta is.
Turns, maybe.
Maybe.
Don't make me look this up.
Yeah. So it's got some neat information in here if you guys are interested in here. There's a Bambi antenna
Turns.
right there. It turns.
Vueltas is turns.
Okay. There's a little 2-element delta loop antenna. That'd be interesting to build. That's an interesting antenna. Now, what would that be? Would that be like 3 verticals and these are the ground planes under it? What do you think?
Probably.
I guess that's vertically polarized antenna.
It's called a gizmachi.
Well, everybody needs a gizmachi, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some interesting and very unique antennas on this site here that might be worth studying, you know. Oh, there's a simple quarter wave. That looks like Glenn's cobweb antenna I showed you guys a picture of recently.
That's your basic disc cone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure. Yeah.
And that looks like Moxon that you just passed, because it has a reflector which makes a rectangle with the driven element.
Well, Mark says Gimachi was very popular on 11 meters. So, This looks like this would be a difficult antenna to build. This has got a lot of parts to it. This is a scanner antenna. He's even got things on here like XLR connections, which would come in handy. For instance, if you want to go from, you know, a balanced to unbalanced line and so forth. We, you know, in our webcast here, especially when we travel, and here we do use XLR connections on some of our mics.
Yeah, as long as you don't need phantom power, that'll work.
Yeah. There's a Ringo Ranger. I've got one out in the garage out there. This goes way back to the early 1970s.
Yeah, I've used those for years.
Yeah. And, you know, you had your Ringo, which was just the bottom half right here. And then the Ringo Ranger had another, I think it's a half wave on top, an additional half wave. And the little rectangle thing right there is a matching stub that matches the 3 dB Ringo below here with the other, I guess that's half wave on top. It matches the two together, so that's interesting there. Ringo Ranger, there it is. That's a better shot of it. If you want to build one, there's the dimensions. Now, I'm not sure about what this is. There's a 15-foot and a 30-foot, 90-foot.
It's almost like a fan dipole.
Yeah, but they're different lengths. Look at this. That's interesting that they're getting multiple bands without a traditional dipole. You know, a dipole would have the same length on both sides. Well, he's not doing that here. That's an interesting concept here.
That's almost like an off-center fed dipole ratio there. And
And you know what?
off-center fed dipoles usually use 4-to-1 balance,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it looks like he's got sort of a combination here.
Well, let's think which goes with what, because that 15 can't go with that 30 because 15 is 50% of the, well, let's see, wait a minute, 45.
The
That
15 would go
15,
with the 90.8 or 90 feet 8 inches.
well,
No, it wouldn't
Yeah,
either.
it'd be about
That would
one
only give you
quarter.
60. Yeah,
well,
be
add them
about a
up.
quarter of the 90.
Add the 90 and the 45 up, so that's 135. That's
Yeah.
135 end to end, and 30% of 135 would be, that's probably the,
Yeah, that's like a
yeah.
2-to-1 off-center fed, which
Mm,
is common and
yeah,
uses a 4-to-1 balance.
yeah,
But it looks
yeah.
like you got a second one there also built in the other two elements because that's
Yep,
also a 2-to-1.
yep. 20, 15, and 10. Now, how does he get that? Oh, I see how he gets it. No, I don't see how he gets it. Unless he makes
Okay,
three.
there's a delta loop.
But he must make, well, yeah, okay. I see how he gets it. A
He's
delta
feeding
loop.
at the top and trying to match the impedance using the coax using 75 ohm coax.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he's doing. And a delta loop will work on a harmonic, so that, yeah, that's 3-band. That's cool. This looks like a log periodic or something. The elements are getting shorter and shorter here. Let's see. This is a gondola quadrada. I don't know what that is. I have to ask Glenn what that is. Now here we go. When you build your next or whatever, you know, I think Brett mentioned earlier he had one with like a 54-to-1. You know, it was 49-to-1 and a 54, something like that. I bought one the other day, and I wanted to try that. I bought a 49-to-1, and it actually had a 64-to-1 tap on it, so it would be either. And I tried it out there on an antenna, and it didn't really make any difference whether I had the 49-to-1 or the 64-to-1. They both were just about identical. But the guy here is taking this, and he's actually tapped it. This is how you would get the 49-to-1 or 64-to-1, I guess. And looks like he's tapped it right here. Interesting. All right. Now this is your double bazooka. The center conductor goes straight through. You use a coax for a certain length right there, and then you finish it out with wire on the ends. And that is a double bazooka antenna. I've got a brand new 40-meter double bazooka antenna here in my closet I've never put up yet. I need to get that out there and get it and put it in the air. This appears to be a J-pole. You can see the taps there and the clamps to connect the coax to find the matching point. That's interesting. There you go, fishing rod. Just wind your wire around a fishing rod. You've got it. And I think that's a 9-to-1 instead of a 1-to-9. 9-to-1 would be good for a random length wire. Now you get into ICOM. If you're interested in your ICOM microphones and you want to try a different mic, this will tell you how to wire it up. This is the fan dipole up here, guys. I'm not sure anybody can make this work on all bands really well. Stanford University, Stanford did a study, and they verified what I found out was if you use more than 3 legs on here, then you start running into major problems trying to tune this thing. They're showing all 5 bands here. And Stanford says, even at the feed point there, that I think that you need to keep those wires separated at least something like 8 or 9 inches apart. And at the distant end, they had to be something like 20 inches or 30 inches apart for it to be able to tune properly. But fan dipole is a good antenna, but you will have trouble if you try to get 4 or 5 bands out of it. I don't know what this is, man. I guess it's just a code practice oscillator. You want to build one?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a code practice.
There are your dimensions for your J-pole. Looks like we've already looked at some of these. So here's your G5RV.
Yep. Classic off-center fed.
Here's a coaxial bazooka. It's got open line on the end there. Interesting. Here's a trapped antenna.
Trapped dipole.
There's a
Sloper.
Fed in the center. Inverted.
Yeah,
reed.
with the feed point in the middle of the slope there.
Yep. A bow tie loop. It'll work. Let's see. I don't know about this one. Not sure. It's probably very broad band. What does it say right there? I can't run? Or PLN? I can't make out that word right there.
That's a RL network.
Can you read
So
what that
resistance, inductance.
Can you read what that little box is right there?
All right. Move down to the right. Yes, that's an RL network. And if you see the box, that's what the RL network is.
Oh yeah, RLN. I see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The legend on the left tells you what the RLN is, and on the right, it actually gives you the schematic for it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's effectively a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't have a capacitor. Usually you have a capacitor and inductor for a trap.
They're just using the resistance to broaden it.
Yeah.
And to match.
That may lengthen the antenna. I'm not sure if it's a trap. It's just, let's see if it says it's multi-band or if it's just a short. I don't know what it is. Too much reading for me. All right.
Yeah. Well, the wires themselves have capacitance when they're spaced out like that. So
yeah. Now here's one here that's folded back. You go down, you come back, you go back the other way. Now that's
an 80-40.
Linear. This is like a linear loaded antenna. I've never had experience or played with one of these, but I know some people that have tried these and they do work.
There's your log periodic.
Yep. There's the proper way to mount your ballon to keep from tearing the ends off. These are repeats here. Wow. Wow. What have we got here? Oh.
Wow.
Oh. That's interesting. Each end, look, he's got I don't know what he's got. He's holding up. Oh, those are supports holding up an element that's on a boom. That's too much for me. Getting too complicated for me. All right, let's see, 2-meter J-pole. I don't know what that is. Well, it goes on and on and on, and you guys, I think Glenn put the link, or someone put the link in there for this if you're interested in looking at this. It's got some great ideas for some antennas, and if you're an antenna experimenter, you might want to try some of these.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from there. That's
Plenty
pretty
there's
cool.
plenty to pick from and choose from here, and they're all simple. They're all simple to build. Pretty simple to build. To tell you the truth. Wow, it just
Underground
keeps going.
antenna?
Where
That's
was
interesting.
where was there one here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right there.
Yeah,
subterranean antenna. Let's look at this. I wonder, if you,
PVC tubing.
I wonder if you bury it.
And coils.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody build that and let me know how it
Hold on,
works.
hold on. Go back up, Tom.
Yeah.
That bottom left corner has text.
Here.
For text and photos for more detail. So see the text and photos for more detail.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder where
Gosh,
that
I
is.
haven't used my Spanish in years.
Oh, you still haven't. That's Italian.
Oh. I was going to say, I grew up in Miami,
It was
but
close enough. That shows you how bad his Spanish is. It was close enough, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all based on Latin. So one is almost the same
Yeah.
as the other. You can translate.
Well, here's
Yeah.
a shortened dipole. He didn't say what frequency.
Yeah, he's got loading coils, it looks like.
He didn't say what frequency.
Yeah, no, it doesn't either.
Man, they just keep going, man. I mean, I was about to get out of this thing, but they keep going.
Yeah, they just keep going. There's all kinds of stuff here.
That might be an interesting antenna there. Gee. Okay, we're going to get out of this, and we're going to move on. Although
There's
some interesting
an
stuff
intricate
here.
antenna.
Yeah. Quarter wavelength. Let's see. I don't know. Gee whiz.
Yeah, they're showing the WWVB antenna up there,
We're going to have to,
which I've seen in real life.
it's a V dipole. We're going to have to do a second show on this. Man. Man, oh man, oh man.
Mystery antenna. I like that.
A mystery? Where was that?
Right there.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know why it's a
6
mystery.
major lobes on 20 meters.
Well, and they're using coax for for traps right there. You know, that's cool. All right, I'm getting.
Yeah,
out of this.
there's a text write-up on that.
I'm trying to get out of this. You got a palm tree. If you got a palm tree, you can hang you a vertical. That's what I do here. That's how all my antennas are up out here, pretty much. I think that's a fishing pole that's on a tree, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
160-meter delta.
Stick of bamboo.
Yeah. Wow, it is. They just keep on going. This is like the energized bunny right here, man. You know.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean, if you look at the scroll bar, you still got quite a ways to go.
Yeah. Look at man. That's bigger than the guy's shack right there.
Skyloop.
I don't know what it is. Gee. Okay, I'm getting tired of looking at this. So,
Some of them are repeating now.
yeah. Okay. Let me get out of that, man. I'm getting tired. I'm getting dizzy looking at it. Gee.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Let's see. I was going to tell you guys, if you guys remember, I showed you probably the world's smallest all-band receiver.
Yep.
And I said, okay, I'm going to build a transmitter up to match this so I can carry the whole transmitter receiver in my pocket. So I built this transmitter up right here. And actually it was 100 milliwatts. And we tried it on the show the other night to see if anybody could hear it. I had it hooked to my 40-meter quad loop out back. It's only 130 feet away, but I got some good coax going to it. But nobody heard the 100 milliwatts. So I said, okay, I'm gonna build an amplifier. So I had about 3/4 of an inch space left on here. And I built an amplifier on here. Actually, it was a 1-watt amplifier. And I was sure that with 1 watt, I would be able to make a contact or you guys would hear me. And I was getting a watt out of this. It was doing pretty good. I was looking at it on a spectrum analyzer, and I kept kind of push it to get a little bit more power out. And I smoked it. I
Oops.
looked and there was smoke rising pretty much about the smoke that you saw right here on this key. Where was it? Let's see. Let me see if I can find the smoke here. It looked about, I'm trying to find it. I got to learn how to work this thing. I must be down here. Well, I know we had it here somewhere. I can't. My key's gone. My key is gone. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Guys, see that smoke coming up from the key right there? That's what this little board looked like here. I was looking at the spectrum analyzer, and I was pushing a little bit more than a watt out of it, and I was tweaking every little milliwatt out of this sucker. And then all of a sudden, man, I saw smoke just like you saw in that picture right there. And I said, basically, I said, heck with this. I got too many projects I want to work on. So this sucker is going to go in a junk box for just a few parts maybe to use later. So anyway, that project went up in smoke. And so anyway, I got another project that, I'm working on, and that is my all-band vertical that we're going to put out there. Basically, it's just single quarter-wave vertical wires for each band. And going to build it in the DX Commander type format and hang it under a tree limb. And I had a 40-meter 3/8 wavelength matched antenna out there. And after a few years, my rope broke and it fell. And I didn't put it back up. I said, I'm going to put an all-band vertical up this time and make it where I can run high power. All my antennas, I need to run higher power. So when I build them, I've got to make sure, they're built for the power. So we're gonna try the DX Commander type format, and I'm starting on that. The only difference is on my center wire. The center wire is going to be the one that goes to the rope that goes over a tree limb 60-something feet high, and it's going to hold up all the others. And I showed you a few weeks ago, I made me some spacers here out of PVC. So the center one will be my 40 going up, and then we've got 40 and 20 and 17 and 15 and say 10 meters. And I made me about 5 of these spacers that I will use. But I thought, okay, so the middle one's I was going to make it 40 meters. And I was going to say, and I thought to myself, hey, why don't I just add another band to it? Well, I've run out of spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 spots if I add 80. And I thought, okay, why don't I just put a trap in it and have a center antenna for 40 and 80. So that's when I said, okay, I get to play with the spectrum analyzer again. And, I built this trap. This is a 40-meter trap. And it's got an insulator inside there. You might see that. And a capacitor. That's a doorknob capacitor in there. And then the wires, the coils wound around this. So this is going to go at the top of my 40-meter antenna. And then from here up will be the rest of the wire to make it an 80-meter antenna. Now, I need to get me some wax from a candle. I need to kind of waterproof these doorknobs here. And also, I'm going to order this special. We're going to start selling these, actually. It's a cover that goes over your trap right here. It's these are specially made to fit these traps. So this cover, this will be hanging. The wire will be coming out of it and going up. And this special cover here will go over it like this. This special cover will go over it just like that. And then the wire will come out of the top and go on up, and we'll try to waterproof that right there. So this whole system here is going to put 80 meters on our antenna there. Okay, now
Tom, they're saying your audio's running low.
My audio is running low. Well,
it's been low since the start of the show.
Could be the battery is
Well,
low.
it's gotten a little lower, and I've boosted the volume here so I can still hear you.
Yeah.
But yes,
Well,
They're saying my audio's
test
good.
1, 2, testing, 1, 2.
So it's just
Let's
your
try-
audio
let's try
gain
another,
there, Tom.
Let's try another mic. All right, test 1, 2, 3. Is this any louder? About the same?
about
They're
the
saying,
same.
Brett, it's just your audio gain is low.
All right. Well, I'm on 3 different mics, so let's see what I can do with it. What color is this? This is the blue mic. This is the blue. Oh, there's the blue down there. Let's see. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a little better.
That is louder.
And let's see. Also, we have mixer audio over here. Anyway, that's fine. Let me go back to my other mic.
Clipping a little.
All right. This one's still low, isn't it? This one is still low. Interesting. Let's see. Test 1, 2. Test. Audio.
Now, does vMix have a virtual mixer on your screen somewhere? Can you
Yeah,
boost
they do.
just to you?
It's up. But okay. Well, I don't know.
Later.
I don't know. We'll try this. I'll talk more to the mic. Okay. All right. Well, guys, we're getting close to end of our show. I want to talk about Chrome OS Flex. Glenn, Brett, you guys know anything about that?
No, I haven't played with it at all.
It's supposed
Chrome
to be.
OS. Yeah.
It's what?
Chrome OS sounds like Google. Attempt by Google to make a Linux distribution.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what we can figure out about that. 11 ways you win with Chrome OS. I don't know. If it's 11 ways, it's got to be good.
Well,
It's secure.
I wouldn't
okay?
trust it. I wouldn't. If it's from Google, I would not trust it. Not to spy on what you were doing.
But look,
yeah.
But look, it's familiar and it's secure.
They say.
It increases your productivity and it's easy to use, and it's very flexible. It reduces the IT support cost. I can lay off some of my IT people here. Reduces hardware cost. Oh man, it's perfect for Amateur Radio Roundtable. Yep. All right. Well, I don't know. I thought about, I've got Linux on one of my things. I don't really want to run Linux on everything right now, but well, let's see. I was thinking if 10 goes away, I mean, it'll still be useful, right?
Yeah.
It'll be useful for
You
probably a
just
couple
won't get
years.
the security updates.
Yeah, and there will be times where there will be new products come out that might not work on it. I guess. I don't know.
I'm still running Windows 7, but I'm using a good firewall from a third party and a few
Yeah.
other things. And so even though Windows 7 doesn't have security patches, it stays pretty secure.
Yeah,
I
well,
haven't gotten hit by anything.
Yeah, I've got Windows 7 on a few of these laptops that particularly I use for like the chat room and stuff for the show.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I ran 7 up until middle of last year.
yeah.
I
Uh,
personally think it was the best that Microsoft's ever done. Everything's kind of been downhill from there.
yeah.
I agree.
Well, I don't know whether I've got a bunch of laptops here for the show. I've got like 10 laptops here for the show, and some of them, like I say, have got Windows 7 on them. Uh, I upgraded some of them to, what was the version right after Windows 7? What was it
There
called?
was an
8.
there was an 8 and an 8.1
Oh
and an
yeah,
8,
I didn't particularly like that. Anyway, uh,
and they skipped 9.
yeah, I put some solid state hard drives in them, and I upgraded them to Windows 10. That's what I did. Windows 8, Mark says. Um, so I've got some here. I thought, well, maybe I'll try this Chrome OS Flex and see what it is. But I'm like you, Brett. What's hidden in it, and what's the deal? Kathy. We've got to check Kathy's phone. Everything we talk about, she gets advertisements on her computer and her phone. Everything.
Hmm.
And within 10 minutes, it starts popping up. If I say something like, man, why don't we get an e-bike? Man, I guarantee you, 5 minutes later, e-bike ads will start popping up on a computer in her cell phone. Not as much
So
on
if you
mine.
start talking about shoes, then it
Yeah,
starts trying to sell you shoes.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't. Man, there's so much probably hidden stuff in here. Hmm. Okay.
Now, if Microsoft keeps causing trouble and keeps trying to put spyware into their operating systems, I may just go to FreeBSD full time.
Well, maybe so. Okay. Turn off. What did you say? Somebody said something in the chat room. Turn off something in it. Oh, turn off Siri. Siri.
Siri, yeah. Siri. Turn off Siri.
All right, Mark. Glenn said you spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look.
If you've got-
Let's see what else we have here. I didn't get a chance to talk about our balloon flight. We've got our balloon up. W5KUB 119 is up. You can follow it if you just go to w5kub.com and click on balloon up in the top menu. It'll take you to a tracking page where you can see the tracking information for 119. And we're over the Atlantic right now. We hope to make it around the world. This is the first time we have flown a in-fed half-wave antenna. When we went dual band a few months ago, we went with a trapped antenna, a trapped 20-meter antenna for 2010. But I wanted to try something different this time, so we're trying an in-fed half-wave antenna, and it hangs from the bottom of the tracker. Now the tracker is right up close to the balloon with about 33 feet of wire hanging below it now. So it's working pretty good on 10 meters and 20 meters. So if you want to track it, just go to W5KUB and track it. Or if you want to go to APRS, you can go there and look for W5KUB 119, and you can track it there. You can also see W5KUB 119 on Amateur Sonde Hub, AmateurSondeHub.org. You can find it there. All right. So we'll talk more about that later as the flight progresses. It's going to take us 2 days. We're over the ocean. It's going to take us 2 days to get to Africa. So looking forward to that.
No,
Right-
it's headed
right
for
now-
the Canary Islands right now.
Yeah, right now the predicted path is showing us going into Iraq and Iran. So that's where we're headed. It could change a little bit over time. All right, everybody, you've been watching Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio, amateur radio, shortwave, electronics. We're glad to have you with us. And if you're out there listening on WBCQ, send us an email to Tom at w5kub.com. And I think what we're going to do, I'm going to end the show here, just put the playlist back on for anybody that tuned in late that didn't get to hear the fine music that the Roundtable Band put together. So good night to everybody, and we will see you next week. And let's see.
Got the dial set, coffee.
All right. Something's going crazy here. Let's see. I don't get it. I don't get it.
What don't you get?
How to get the audio on again? Something's changed here.
The airwaves blaze.
There we go.
Hit the stream, yeah. Don't be late. The round table's rolling. It's
All right, guys,
gonna
we'll,
be great. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur.
All right, guys, we're going to stick around a few minutes. We'll watch the chat room. If anybody has any comments or questions, we're going to stick around for a while and watch the chat room. But enjoy the music.
Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from here. DD. Oh, and Mark P. Yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. It's more than mics and modulation. It's heart and soul in every station. From kits and code to satellites. We learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, and it's always something cool and new. No matter the band, no matter the zone, you'll feel at home when you click that tone. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio on table every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from near every ear. Oh, and Mark P. Yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. Turn it on, let it play. From the heart of the hobby, night or day. Voices rising in the air. We're connected everywhere. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio on table real time. From Tom, Glenn, Brett to Mark P. They're the crew you want on your screen to see. So hit that stream and lock it tight. W5KUB.com Tuesday night.
All right. I wonder why it quit playing. Trying to find the ballad or the
Got the
bill.
dial set, coffee in my hand, MC. Signals in the air from across the land. A shack, a screen, and a vibe
think
so
I've got it.
right. We're going live again this Tuesday night. It's not just static, it's a call sign wave, where legends hang and the airwaves blaze. Hit the stream, yeah, don't be late. The round table's rolling, it's gonna be great. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WI7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from here, DD. Oh, and Mark P, yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. It's more than mics and modulation. It's heart and soul in every station. From kits and code to satellites. We learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, it's always something cool and new. No matter the band, no matter the zone, you'll feel at home when you click that
Bill, I got a copy of it here.
radio show online. Amateur radio on table every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WI7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from in every ear. Oh, and Mark P, yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. Turn it on, let it play. From the heart of the hobby, night or day. Voices rising in the air. We're connected everywhere. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio on table real time. From Tom, Glenn, Brett to Mark P, they're the crew you want on your screen to see. So hit that stream and lock it tight. W5KUB.com Tuesday night. CQ on the air tonight. Where a roundtable's lit and the signal's tight. Per static fades, I twist the knob. The shack comes alive, this is my job. LEDs glow, antennas high. Another night beneath the sky. I'm calling out, hear that tone. Across the globe, I'm not alone. The net's alive and I'm checking in. Let the conversation begin. Or at the amateur radio roundtable, we're all plugged in, solid and stable. W5KUB's calling loud and proud, spinning stories through the static cloud. From KW5GP to WI7BG, we're rocking the bands wild and free. Hey, Glenn's got my
distant place. Tom's at the helm like a seasoned vet, streaming it live on the internet.
All right, Bill, there's the balance. I'll send it to you.
Antenna swing, the skip is long. We're singing the ham radio song. Spin that dial, let's catch some heat. 40 meters never felt so sweet. Look at the amateur radio roundtable with coax lines and power cables. Deeks, patricians, QSLs. We got more ham than a southern belle from KW5GP to WI7BG. We're working the world wild and free. Rockin' worldwide. Mic in hand and a call sign pride. Oh yeah, the amateur radio roundtable. Story strong and signal stable. So key it up and call your name in this wild RF Hall of Fame from KW5GP. You and me. We're having hard 7 and 3. CQ out. Hammond hard 7-3. Da, 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 out.
Yeah, Tom, that writing says T50-2, not T50-43.
Wow, maybe I used the wrong ones. Let's see. It just does. I've got a bunch of different bags. I may have picked up the wrong bag here. Let me look and see if I've got one here. There's some 30 FT 3743s. Boy, you got me thinking now, Glenn. I have no idea what I used. I may have used a dash too. I don't know, man.
Got
3743.
the coffee in my hand, MC. Signals in the air from across the land. A shack, a screen, and a vibe so right. We're going live again this Tuesday night. It's not just static, it's a call sign wave, where legends hang and the airwaves blaze. Hit the stream, yeah, don't be late. The round table's rolling, it's gonna be great. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WI7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong
connected everywhere. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio, all table real time. From Tom, Glenn, Brett to Mark P. They're the crew you want on your screen to see. So hit that stream and lock it tight. W5KUB.com Tuesday night.
I'm having some trouble with the playlist. I don't know what's going on here. Let me try this one. Oh, I bet I know. Bet I know. This may fix that.
Got the dial set, coffee in my hand, MC. Signals in the air from across the land. A shack, a screen, and a vibe so right. We're going live again this Tuesday night. It's not just static, it's a call sign wave, where legends hang and the airwaves blaze. Hit the stream, yeah, don't be late. The round table's rolling, it's gonna be great. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from here, DD. Oh, and Mark P, yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. It's more than mics and modulation. It's heart and soul in every station. From kits and code to satellites, we learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, and it's always something cool and new. No matter the band, no matter the zone, you'll feel at home when you click that tone. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio on table every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from near every ear. Oh, and Mark P, yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. Turn it on, let it play. From the heart of the hobby, night or day. Voices rising in the air. We're connected everywhere. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio, all table real time. From Tom, Glenn, Brett to Mark P. They're the crew you want on your screen to see. So hit that stream and lock it tight. W5KUB.com Tuesday night. Out in the shack with the static buzzing low, dialing up the band, letting those signals flow. From 80 down to 10, there's chatter in the air.
Calling CQ and buddies everywhere. Yeah, on the amateur radio round table, we tune and learn and connect when we're able. With Tom W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. Yeah. Now Glenn KW5GP is dropping some code, teaching the noobs and lighting up the load. Tinker and Ted got that builder's touch, with a soldering iron and a passion so much. Then there's Brett WY7BG, talking DX from the peaks to the sea, rocking the West with a signal so clean. He's a voice on the net and a ham radio machine. On the amateur radio round table, we tune and learn and connect when we're able. We'll find W5KUB at the mic, giving hams around the world what they like. Oh, log in, pull up a chair, come see what's on. Live at W5KUB.com. Yeah. From field day nights to Dayton scenes, we're sharing gear and wild ham dreams. Antennas high and hearts wide open, keeping the spirit of radio spoken. On the amateur radio round table, where the signals are strong and the people are stable. With Tom, Glenn, and Brett, we roam across the globe, yeah, we're right at home. So if you hear us calling, don't leave us alone. Check in at W5KUB.com. Yeah, we're hams and proud, the old and the young. CQ forever, and long may it run, may it run.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.